Really helps if I delete the overlay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Monday afternoon of the Easy Level Up Videocast. My name is Tom Mosley, working with Microsoft to help everybody empower more in what they do in their day-to-day life. I am joined by the ever-gracious Hannah Dethridge, aka Mr. Gregory Nichols.
Hello. I'm so annoyed I haven't got my red wig. But in honor of Hannah, who's in the chat, I believe, I have got some branded dungarees, and I'm wearing it lapel down because that's the style that she has.
That's the style, right? That's the style.
That's the style. If you're wearing dungarees in any other fashion, not here, not up in here.
Brilliant. But are you well, mate?
You know what, Tom? I'm feeling good. Which way are you? Yeah, you're here. I'm good, man. I'm good. Dare I say and ask, how are you? You're back to the business today because you had a week off, didn't you?
I had a week off, celebrated just my wife's birthday, a little bit of a mini moon because we couldn't go away because of lockdown. So celebrating loads of things. We exchanged on our brand new house as well last week. So we had a lot to celebrate last week.
Lifestyle movements. Look at that.
I feel very grown up. Grown up.
Adulting at its finest. Chef's kiss.
100%. But we are live, ladies and gentlemen. So who have we got in chat? We have Wookie Webster over on Twitch. Good morning to you. It's been a week. You can tell I've had a week off. I'm not bringing comments in, but here we go. Wookie Webster, hello. We have the real Hannah Dethridge. Hannah,
I'm the real.
Oh, sorry. The fake Hannah is in chat. I apologize. She says she's here in spirit. So therefore, Tashin over on Facebook, hello to you. Gary Young over on Facebook, hello to you. Nightbot, our #1 fan in every single chat. Thank you very much for popping by. She's loving the dungarees, Greg. She's loving the dungarees.
Them dungarees, man. These dungarees. That's it.
All good. Daggercast over on Twitch as well. Thank you very much. Hey DJ. We've got Emma over on Twitch as well. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Got loads of people. Loving life.
All right. Monday begins.
But we are live across Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So wherever you are finding us, make sure to drop us a like, pop a comment into chat. We'll give you guys a shout out as well. Always appreciated. But Greg.
Oh, Thomas.
They are not just here for us to have a chat and have a catch up. What are we going to be? Right?
That is news to me.
Just going to be us two chatting, right?
Yeah.
But what are we talking about today? What's going on?
Today is a topic that is close to my heart because I've been experiencing it for about a year, but a lot of other people have been doing it. It's going to be games that are in preview mode on Xbox. So it's going to be a very particular aspect from the old school times of demo discs through to what we call game preview on Xbox. Something that I've been playing, and then we're going to bring in some guests from the team that are going to talk about it as well. And you're a seasoned veteran at Xbox, right? You basically invented Xbox from what I know. You've got your history on it as well. And I just want to have a chat around that. So people in chat, if you've ever been in game preview mode and experienced these, let us know your thoughts with our discussions. We've got some other bits to bring in. So really excited about this one today.
Awesome. So Greg, you mentioned guests. Who do we have to bring in waiting in the green room currently?
Well, sorry, I was just doing my quick Hannah Dethridge look at the way she does this. So I believe alliteration is the game.
It is the key.
It's hydration is key and also alliteration. And so for us, I'm bringing in firstly the articulate, the angelic, the adamantium. Adam, come on in.
Here he is.
Adamantium.
Bulletproof.
I was all prepared to come in and be like, what is this, amateur hour? And now I'm confirmed. So I joke. Hello. How's it going?
How are you, sir? How's things going?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm not too bad. I'm still kind of getting used to this picture of you in dungarees. It's not something I'm used to. I'm not sure I'll ever grow used to it. I will mention I feel like the people need to know about just before we came on this stream. I was disappointed that there's no red wig. I feel like that would have completed this look. So I asked, do you have any wigs, like at all? Like, do you have a wig? The first one he comes out with, puts it on, looks like a small school child. So
I also don't know where I put it. I just put it off straight away.
Unbelievable.
I look like a flower pot man. I look weird.
There you go.
Good
But
time.
it
Good
is
time.
Well,
what it
but
is.
welcome, Adam. Always a pleasure
Thank
to have
you.
you here. I'm going to be talking. So, allow me to bring in another person. So, we have the ginger, the gregarious, the gargantuan, Greg 2. Come on in, Greg 2.
Love how you started with Ginger.
I put gargantuan there because man's been in the gym, so we're good. We're good. Welcome, Greg.
The ginger.
It's a pretty accurate description, to be fair.
I think I smashed it with the alliteration for you, Greg. But alas, welcome. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Greg? One.
I'm
If
doing
that's how we're
good.
doing
Greg,
this.
too. I'm doing
It's
good. Greg.
confusing.
Sean-
It's confusing
Sean's
enough.
mate.
It's confusing enough that you've taken Hannah's name. But so I don't know if to call you Hannah or Greg. And now we've got Greg and Hannah.
If anything,
I have no idea.
if anything, it's less confusing to call Boss Greg Hannah, because then we can just call you Greg, and that's fine. I can take that. So
yeah, from the rest of this stream, Mr. Nichols, you'll be referred to as Hannah.
That is
Yes.
Let's go one further. Rest of the week.
Done.
I'll be recording Surface
got
videos.
a team meeting this week. That's going to be confusing as hell. But all right.
We're all good. But welcome to the team. I like this. This is so. Hey, look, Hannah, look, you're dear to our heart. Dude. Hannah is still with us. She's in chat, but then also her internet connection is not as great. Mine is suddenly fixed up because, as Tom did allude to off screen, I was downloading all my updates on my Series X, so I just simply had to stop that. That was 90 gigs worth of the Outer Worlds coming down. So.
Cool.
Good choice in game, though. Good choice in game.
Thank you.
But it is the video cast. So as fake Hannah isn't here, we have the real Hannah here to do what is her favorite time of the week, which is
Quick fire questions.
Fans.
and there we go.
Actually,
So
my
Hannah,
birthday.
Hannah did try and send you some, didn't she, Greg?
Yeah, but Teams, I didn't really want to answer on Teams. So I'm, in the words of a movie I watched last night, I'm the captain now. So here we go.
Good film. Good film.
So we've got some quick fire questions, guys. And although, they fluctuate with the time, let's see how far we get through these. And the order of which we will do this will be controversially Tom first. Oh,
Okay.
changing game.
Ooh,
Tom, then Adam, then Greg, then Hannah.
Done.
All right.
Just want to mess things up, don't you?
Hannah.
God.
Right. Are we ready, gang? And also,
All right.
Why
in the
not?
chat, we want your answers in the chat as well, so we're
Let's
excited.
get to know
We're
you
excited.
guys as well. So make sure you put your answers in chat. Let's crack on. I'm not used to being first. There's the pressure.
Oh, here we go. Right. So, first question is open world or linear, and what's your best example, whichever one you pick?
Oh, I would definitely pick open worlds. I just think there's so many open world games out there. Skyrim, Witcher
Pick
comes to
one.
mind.
one.
I'd probably. I'm gonna go Skyrim because I've played it like 20 million times across multiple
Trump.
different devices. I'm sure it'll come out on a microwave at some point as well. Yeah, I think it has to be open worlds. Just getting lost, exploring where I want to explore. So yeah, open world for me.
Oh, Tom's open world and he's Skyrim. Adam, open world or linear, and what's your best example of it for yourself? There you
Open world Witcher 3.
are. Oh, there he is.
Out of the gate.
Very
I'm
good.
playing. I'm on my 4th playthrough at the moment.
Yeah, man.
I've
Loving
played
it.
it. 2 of those times were on. No, one of those times was on Xbox, and now my last time is on PC at the moment.
Fantastic.
So,
And it's looking,
yeah.
it's
Also-
looking sweet. It's looking sweet on
It
your
looks
PC.
spectacular, unbelievably good. I do just want to point out as well that Wookie Webster mentioned in the chat that me and Greg are wearing the same shirt. No, we're not. Mine's black. His is blue. All right, it's fine.
We're just twitting it up today. I want to compliment each other.
There you go. We're just
Let's get
complimenting
confusing.
each other's style. You get us together, we are transparent. No,
Yeah.
I've lost
I
people.
like
We're
it.
good.
You're so
Oh, okay.
geeky.
All I can imagine now is a certain anime series when your fingers touch and you merge into one person.
Wrong way, Greg. Wrong way.
Oh, I wish I was on the bottom row there. I feel so right, thank you. So, open world and The Witcher 3, nice. At Ginger Gym Geek, what have we got? Open world or linear, and then your best example for it.
Open world, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Strong
Can't
choices.
knock that. Can't
Done.
knock that. Can't knock that at all. So for me, I will also go open world, and Hannah would pick Red Dead Redemption 2.
She would.
But
You would?
this guy is picking GTA 5 over 7 years. So GTA 5 for that one. GTA 5. But look, all open world, loving that.
Yep.
Loving the
Yeah, we are in good company. We are in good company.
Yeah, we love that. We love that. Right. Next one. Cake or sweet pie, and your best example of that for yourself. So a cake or a sweet pie, and then which one is your best one? So we'll go for Tom first, then Adam, then Greg, then me.
I got really confused about what a sweet pie is, and then I actually thought about it and went, "Oh yeah, okay, it's that."
Yeah, not like no steak and kidneys up in here.
Yeah,
No
I was like,
steak and
"What's a
kidneys.
sweet pie?" Oh yeah, I would. Am I allowed to pick a crumble, or is that not a pie?
I would allow a crumble. I'm allowing crumbles.
Okay.
That's just made it even harder.
Apple
Oh,
crumble.
decisions.
Apple crumble with hot custard is the creme de la creme.
There's no right or wrong answers here, but it's correct. Adam, cake or sweet pie, and which one?
Cake for starters. Chocolate fudge cake all day long. One in particular from a retail warehouse chain of a particular sort. They do a chocolate fudge cake, which is one of the best damn cakes in the world. So yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Oh,
But cake is a lie, according to a certain video game.
I wonder what.
Greg, what is your choice? And please, no protein infused cakes, please. Your shoulders are looking fantastic, by the way.
Can I have a time of day where this needs to be consumed?
Time of day.
Time of Greg, you can have a time of day. It is 5 p.m. It's just a bit close of play, so you're just winding up with your emails.
Okay.
What's your
okay?
What's your choice?
That sort of time of day is cake time, and I'd probably go with a carrot cake at that point.
It's a strong
Carrot
choice.
cake.
Just curiously, what if it was 4 p.m.? What does that change?
That would have been like some scones, some jam and cream.
Okay.
Anything
fine.
past 6 p.m. would be apple crumble.
Okay, good. Well, the next stream that we'll do, we'll go through the different parts of the Debbie clock and go through all the different treats. Stay tuned for that, guys. Stay tuned. We're giving people what they want.
That's some content right there. Content.
Everything is content. Everything is content.
Right. For me, you know what? I'm going to throw caution to the wind, and it doesn't matter what time of day. It's lemon drizzle all day long. Lemon drizzle cake.
Okay.
Smashing it. Loving it.
All right.
Bit of zing. Oh, the right one. Chef's kiss. Right. This is slightly longer. Thank you for that one. Pick 3 superpowers and rank them 1, 2, and 3. For example, if your first power was super speed and my second power was super speed, you would be faster than me. Right? So rank your 3 superpowers that you'd have. Have some time to think.
That's hard.
Apart from Tom. Tom, you go first.
So mine's a weird. I have to explain this slightly about kind of what's going on.
what
So, do you know the film Elektra, the spin-off of Daredevil?
I'm familiar. I spent a long time just getting rid of that in my mind, but thank you for bringing it
I've
back.
just brought it back. There is a character, or a villainous character in that, where his tattoos come to life. He has a crow on his arm, and it comes out and then flies away and is his scout. So I would take that superpower and mix it with Gambit from X-Men, because I have playing cards on my stomach. The 4 aces, I'm a big card player. So I would amalgamate those 2 powers of being able to bring cards out of my tattoos and then make them explosive as joining of Gambit.
Oh, I like that. And so if your tattoos come to life, you're probably regretting getting that picture of Adam done on your back.
He doesn't know about that.
So that's how I was born. I knew it. That's why I can't remember past 3 years ago. Oh.
There we go. So yeah, that would be my core power, but telekinesis is got to be up there.
So you're going tattoos to life, then exploding tattoos, exploding.
Yeah.
Like Gambit, and then are you going telekinesis?
Telekinesis. Yeah.
All right, cool. Over to the newly born Adam. Everyone has an origin
Fresh.
story.
Fresh from the tattoo. I'll just have to go down the classic Superman route: flying, super strength, laser eyes.
In that order?
Like, in that order, because flying, I reckon's the coolest. I realise it's probably not the most useful in terms of helping, but I'm just going with what I would like to do, and it would be very cool to fly around. Super strength, useful. Laser eyes, cool. So,
Are you saying that if you move your glasses down, or they're going to be able to go through your glasses and damage free?
Just controllable. I probably wouldn't need glasses because, frankly, if I have laser eyes, I'm pretty sure my vision's 20/20.
Laser eyes, poor vision.
Laser eyes, poor vision. Ooh, and like each time I do them, even if I'm wearing contact lenses, they just burn through my contacts, and then I can't see. So,
like our Sam Patel. Ability to not be scared of extreme heights, power of flight, and the ability to conjure crumble and custard on demand. It's a strong choice.
I love how beautiful those first two link, though. It's like the ability to not be scared of extreme heights kind of is like that. Okay, now I can fly. So,
Yeah. Shout out Sam Patel, by the way. We go back from way back in the days, back to car phone warehouse days and mobile phones. So wanted to shout out Sam. So really good powers from the first two. Greg, what are we doing? Is it the ability to have cake at any time of the day, or?
Oh, that would completely destroy my macros, Greg. You know this.
That sounds like a gym joke.
Yeah, straight over my head.
I have no idea. Not a clue.
Okay, superpowers. 1, 2, 3.
Master of magnetism, like Magneto. I mean,
Okay.
it's a pretty OP power to begin with. I like the idea of a healing power. So like your Deadpools or your Wolverines, and the idea of just like running at people no matter what, just and you're fine. Just get out of the end of it. And I'm thinking some sort of mind control in there, maybe some Professor Xavier sort of powers to finish it up.
Get out of my head, Charles. Okay, good. My favourite line from the X-Men movies. Wicked, good. The three powerful people. Right, mine into this. Not that I think about this on a daily basis. So number 1, telekinesis, the most powerful, because I'll be able to make myself fly from there. Easy. No need for flight there. Move stuff around. Number 2, very controversially different. The ability to watch anything and learn it instantaneously. So if I watched a wrestling video, I'd be able to do any of the moves from my old school wrestling videos. Or if somebody was playing golf, I'd watch Tiger Woods. Well, actually, probably not be that great anymore. Have a bad back, instantaneously bad back. And then my third power would be to know every language and form of communication in the world, so that I could speak every language, sign language, and read everything, Latin, and therefore be able to market that, because you can't just go out flying and then people go, oh, there's a flying person. I'd be able to sell that, be a translator.
I feel so basic in my answer now. You've put like genuine thoughts and kind of process and sense into this, and I've just gone flying. I
want to be Superman. Like I thought, as Adam's gone with.
Superman.
And to realise that you're basic is what these quick fire questions and what Hannah Deatherage really imbuing the powers. For that one, that was the ones I prepared for that one. Three key quick fire questions.
I like it. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Wait a minute.
Quick fire questions.
Thank you very much, guys.
I was not prepared for the soundbite.
I feel closer to each of you while we still are afar.
Well, now we have more things to discuss when we meet up for our team meeting.
Yeah,
we're ready to fight. If
24 different cakes for Greg.
Yeah, for each hour of the day. Hannah, you've got to get baking. You've got to get bacon, Hannah.
Yeah, we'll have all vegan cakes. Thank you, Hannah.
Please put some protein muffins in there.
That's more of a 7 p.m. thing.
Brilliant. Well, Greg/Hannah, thank you very much for the quickfire questions. And as we move really into the crux of our conversation, so as Greg mentioned at the beginning, we're going to be talking all about the game preview program as part of what Xbox do, not just on Xbox now, also available on Windows 10 PCs, and also going to be available with the announcement of Windows 11 as well. So there we go. Adam, you can thank me later.
Thanks for the plug. Deep dive stream, 5 p.m. this evening. Don't miss it.
So yeah, we want to talk about the Xbox game preview program and really explain to you guys what it actually is and how it can be useful and it can be useful for customers and how we use it as a team as well. So does anybody want to dive in and go explain what the game preview program is in a nutshell? Anyone want to jump in?
I'm gonna jump in.
Okay, great.
I'm jumping in. So you had a few different names over the years for this one, but essentially I'll use my example because that's why I'm here today. It's essentially gives you a full range of more of an elevated demo, and so you can download this game. It's essentially in its entirety while they're still building it, but it's about forming community so that the game is essentially unfinished and they come out with that, but they want your feedback to make it even better and to test certain instances of it. So it's always going to be a little bit more buggier on that side, but really good on that bit. And as Wiki Webster says there, it's like alpha, beta demoing, sometimes a little bit further down the development line than that. Because there are always the crashes that are done in beta, and because it goes just outside that, but it allows you to have to really be part of the building of that world, regardless of the game. And it's now, when it comes to Game Pass or anything on Xbox, you'll be able to see it highlighted straight away, game preview. I mean, you can still download from there. You can buy it separately on the Microsoft stores, but you can get it on Game Pass, and they always go day one in there as well.
100%. I think it's important to sort of say there, I think from what Wookie was saying, what you were saying there, Hannah, is it's still weird calling you Hannah. I'm going to get used to it. I'm going to get used to it.
Get used to it. You like it.
Is that Microsoft do kind of make a really regimented application process for game preview titles. It's not just anything that is pre-release, as I said, really early stages. It has to pass a number of different tests. And it has to pass these restrictions in order to be able to put into it. So I know some people don't have a great experience with kind of early release titles because they don't want the bugs and they don't want the crashes and stuff like that. This is, as Greg said, a little bit further along, as Hannah said, a little bit further along that process to be able to say, yes, it's still early access. It's not fully developed, but it is there for you to play at a very substantial level, so which is awesome. There we go. So yeah, don't feel like it's early release. There's no point buying it because there's not going to be much of a game there. There is quite a lot of a game there, and they have worked out a lot of the bugs and fixes already, as much as it's still in development. So as a little caveat.
Can I just say, Tom, you know what? Known you for a while. Your knowledge just always, it still impresses me. Not even taking the Michael here. Seriously.
Thank you, Hannah. It's muchly appreciated.
So eloquent. Just wanted to say that. So this is the type of stream we're doing today, guys. It's just appreciating the wonder. But anyway, good.
Love it. So right, for you guys, I'm going to go Greg Proctor first. What do you use the game preview for? Is there a particular reason that you jump into it? What are the sort of games that you've played around it in the past?
Well, most recently, it's been Second Extinction. Me and my group of gaming friends, we were getting bored of some more traditional first-person shooters, let's say, and wanted something a little bit different. And when we saw that came in as a game preview, we jumped on it pretty much within the first week, just to have a good explore and a good play with it. So just to kind of, as we used to do with, as Hannah mentioned, like demo discs and things like that, just be able to jump into a game, have a good explore and see what it's all about, to see whether it's worth getting fully on board when it comes out of the sort of the preview setting. Like we've seen with something like PUBG, that was kind of in that sort of beta preview mode, especially on Xbox for a long period of time, and then sort of when it was fully announced, so many people were already on board and so many people already wanted to play it, and that's that bit for me. It's like getting involved in it really early. In a way, it is kind of like having that sort of first comment brag sort of thing. Yeah, I was there before it was cool. I think that kind of comes into it in some manner. But to be able to, that's exactly as Denise just put there, being able to sort of try before you buy and get involved with the game and see where it's going before you kind of fork out on the money for it.
Greg, on Second Extinction, wasn't it? Before you played Second Extinction, What dinosaur were you more excited to shoot? That's it.
Oh,
That's the question.
That definitely sounded like a this or
key
that.
questions here. People tune in for these killer questions. So before you even played it, what would you be like? You know what? I can't wait to shoot an Ankylosaurus. Was it like that?
nah, it's got to be a Velociraptor, right?
Oh, he's gone Velociraptor.
I mean, they're gonna kill you, but they're gonna kill you very carefully and very cleverly and probably slowly for fun. Whereas like a T-Rex, he's just gonna bite your head off. So I'd be more worried about the Velociraptors than I would the T-Rex. Also, I could probably see or hear the T-Rex coming, so I could get out of there. And apparently, if you just stand still, like you're all fine with a T-Rex.
In case dinosaurs do get reanimated for us, just to know where you stand. Just to know.
So for you, Greg, it's more of the try before you buy, being first to kind of play it. That's the kind of thing for you that really draws you into the preview program.
Yes, very much so. Just to kind of get in and have a good little play around to see whether it's something I really want to invest a lot more time into. Whereas if I'm going to go out and spend something like 40, 50, 60 quid on a game, I will force myself to play through it because I spent the money, even though I may not enjoy it. Whereas if I can just jump in, take a couple of hours of gameplay, see whether it's really worth my investment or not, then I'm more than happy to go and purchase it and go, yeah, I definitely want that game. Let's go and spend the next 40, 60, 80, 100 game hours within this world.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you very much. Mr. Schofield.
Yo.
What is your experience and why do you enjoy or like the preview program?
My main one was Gwent. And I know we mentioned Witcher 3 earlier, but I remember when that first came round and there was a lot of, like, if you're a Witcher fan, if you are a fan of The Witcher 3, you have lost hours in Gwent.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't,
Amen.
you've not played properly. That's just it. If you have not wasted hours upon hours in The Witcher 3 going around to every merchant and every pub person and getting those cards or buying them off them and then beating them at a game just so you can get 20 coins, but it's not for the 20 coins you want the card. If you have not done that, you've played it wrong. So Hannah saying preach, exactly. So with Gwent, like the Gwent as a mini game within The Witcher 3 was such a massive success that they ended up making an entire game based around it. Now you might wonder, all right, well, what's the point of game preview for a game that's already technically established? You're just putting it into a game. And a big part of it was for two things. They had the actual matchmaking side of it, so you would be able to play Gwent against other people globally. And that was, of course, something that was never part of The Witcher 3. It's a solo game. It's all against other people. So there's that side to it. But then also, they redesigned the mechanics massively. So it wasn't just a case of place it in, maybe shoosh it up a little bit, and then see how we go. They actually made massive changes. And it was all to do with kind of different enemy types and different kind of things that can happen in terms of stacking, because the idea of Gwent is it's a point stacking system. So you you have 3 rounds. The side with the most points with based on the amount of cards they have on the table wins. But cards can stack and do all this different stuff. And I can't remember off the top of my head details of exactly the kind of cards that you can get, but there was huge changes, and they made additions as they went through, kind of different interactions and different ways of doing it, and then they expanded what was in the game preview. That all led up to the story. The story part of the game, which you can buy separately now, Thronebreaker. Because I guess the shame to all of this is that Gwent itself as a solo thing is no longer a thing, unfortunately, but Thronebreaker is. Mm-hmm. And Gwent lives in this version of Gwent, this style, and Thronebreaker with this kind of top-down animated, very arty kind of style, where each interaction is a Gwent game. It's like literally the Gwent side of The Witcher 3 just only do that, all of this. And that was great. I need to go back to that, to be fair, and actually finish it off, because it's very addictive, but it's also really hard. Like in Witcher 3, you can really get an idea for Gwent, and you know the system. Like once you get used to things, monsters can throw a curveball at you every now and again.
Monsters are the worst.
Oh,
Monster
they
decks
are
are the worst.
every time. But then you really hope, like, so the idea of monster decks is that they have these cards where you can place one down and then they'll spawn like 5 next to them, and then that's like stacking up in points. However, it's from your back pile of decks, so you're just hoping that they place one down, they'll draw a bunch, yeah, but they also happen to be from their active deck, so they just use like half the cards in one sitting, and then that's a strategic advantage. But I'm going far too into the details. In any case, yeah, it was cool to watch it develop and watch them develop the style of the game and what it was becoming, because it is worlds apart from Witcher 3 Gwent, and it now exists in Thronebreaker, which is a solid game as well and well worth a play.
So I think I've deduced from that, Adam, that like, the game preview stuff for you is about almost trying new things. It's developers going, you know what, we want to give this a go. We're going to release it to the world and see what people think and develop it from there, really.
It's a chance at development. They've kind of shaped how the structure of the thing worked based on player feedback. And that was what I took from it, because it was the thing that was most noticeable to me from the first time I went onto there to like a year later when I went on again. There was all these new things that I can do now, and yeah, 100%. That's kind of the main element for me.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir.
Adam, have you because obviously Hannah, fake Hannah in the chat, very big into the Gwent lifestyle as well. Have you ever played each other like in a game of Gwent?
I don't think so. I do have 2 decks though, so I can actually bring.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
tell
live.
a lie. I've got all 4 decks actually. I've got the monsters, Northern, Nilfgaardian, and what's the elf one?
I can't think of it.
No, Scarletel, something like that. Hannah might know in the chat, but sorry, fake Hannah.
Yeah, no, I was curious about that one. Like to see that. We'll live stream that one. That is a.
I think
just us playing Gwent. Like,
yeah. We'll just get some cameras like top down, so we can have the table in as well. And I think we should try it. Well, I've with the collect to go a slight tangent. I've got 2 decks as well from 2 Gwent decks from the collector's edition. I think we should just get together in some tavern somewhere and play Gwent. A tavern. I think it should be
a tavern will do.
Heavy on the meat.
Awesome.
Gwent Videocast, yes, let's do it.
But all we do is just play Gwent.
I can't tell you how tempted I am for me to go downstairs and grab my Gwent cards right now.
It's blurred. I'm just bringing them slightly into shot.
Oh, there they are.
There we go.
Real.
What's behind the blur?
That's another live stream. Let's not just be chucking these ideas out, boys. Lord.
So Hannah.
Okay, now I answer.
You, as you said at the beginning, for the last probably year, you've been pretty invested in the game preview.
So invested in something here. Right, so I'm here to talk about Obsidian Entertainment's game Grounded. Right now, the last time I played this, I actually played this with shout out to Reese, who was on the team. He's gone to Passage New. So last October we streamed Grounded. If you haven't played Grounded out there, or told any of your customers, or played it yourself, it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in a back garden with some mystery, and it's a survival game. Right, absolutely wicked. If you're on Game Pass, go get it now, or it's 30 quid on a Microsoft Store. Smash it out there, guys. Add me, Red Geek Girl. My handle there. Actually, that's not my actual handle. And so, yeah, with this, I've been so invested. So last July, or end of last June, and last July, I got this game. What I've loved about it is every month there's been an update, and they started off by having a Discord chat so that actually people could get the feedback. And it was a very small download. I think it was 2.9 gigs when it first came out. Now it's up to 4 gigs, but there've been so many different updates. And now they've said they're not doing monthly updates. They're doing really big updates every couple of months. What I have loved about this game is I love jumping on the Discord, and I love going, you know what, actually, there was this crash. Can you sort it out? And the amount of people that comment, and it was sorted out. You do have to accept that there's going to be those game crashes. There's going to be some things that don't work. I actually think that's quite the fun part of it. It's trying to break something so that in the overall it's going to be quite fun. It does feel like you're involved in that part of the game. It does, don't get me wrong, it does get frustrating because then you start getting into it. And I remember talking to you, Tom, about this last year, was actually, there was one point where I couldn't open any of my game saves, and I'd plugged in maybe about 100 hours into building a lovely little house out of all these grass points that I've done. I was like, "Where's my house?" It just wouldn't load. It wouldn't load, and it was something that. But I messaged on the Discord, and I got in contact with them. And a week later, they actually sorted that out for me and put a patch out because it was happening to other people. And my game saves were there. They were able to rescue it, and my lovely grass house. And I had a massive sign. I think I sent it to you, Tom, once.
You did, yeah.
That said, "Unshrink me." To the people that shrunk me with some other expletives, but I built that out of grass and mushrooms, and I was really excited about that. So it was being part of that community was amazing, and it's still going on. And it's so well timed this week is because there's something called the Shroom and Doom update, which comes out
strong name.
Strong name in the game. It brings a lot of other aspects that you would have seen from the Xbox announce a couple of weeks ago at E3 with Bethesda. The announce there, but it also brings into a lot of things that people have been asking for a while, right? One of them is, and one of the drawbacks for me, I would consider myself a achievement and trophy hunter, and in-game previews, there's generally not many achievements you can get because it's part of developing before it comes into full. And so with this patch or this update, they will be adding achievements, and some of them are retroactive. So if you've already gone through your hours and hours of playing, they will populate. There are some things they're directing so that you have to do again. If it's some crafting of a particular weapon out of some ant heads, you'll have to do again. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do anything you want, Obsidian, please. But that's a really good update for it.
I think what's really interesting is I think since Grounded came out, I think every time we had a conversation, Greg, whether it's on a phone call or on Teams, you're like, "When are achievements coming to Grounded?"
Oh,
and I'm like,
I want to be rewarded for the hundreds of hours. You know what? When I disappear, and my girlfriend asks me what you've been doing, I can't show her my achievements and my game points. How else am I meant to have a proof of execution of what I've been doing? But now I do. Now I do. But you know, and look, on the update aspect of it, although it's still quite a small game in gigabytes. Mm-hmm. The monthly updates have been crazy. So if you first played Grounded, you were in the backyard. There were some areas that were sectioned off. Now there's a full-blown underwater aspect. There's more insects. There's more creatures. This week in the Shroom and Doom update, there is something called the Brood Mother. Those
Not looking forward to it.
Oh, I mean, I don't like the spiders at the best of times, right? But the Brood Mother is going to be an exceptional boss character to kind of get on hold. So really excited about that. But this is all feedback. And then one big thing for me regarding that one was a lot of people on the Discord and then on the emails said that they could wanted pets. So you can now get little aphids and have them as pets and have them follow you around. And what I like about it is not just the fact it's a cool part of the game, but people have asked for it and they've had the ability to go and do that. And for me, that's why the game developer preview modes are amazing. Even that, and we're going to plug it. And you know this team, we're going to plug Game Pass, but honestly, that was one of the best aspects of it. I was like, look, and even if I didn't like it, which I don't, I love it. It's amazing to download. If you haven't, it's 4 gigs. Even if you're on terrible Wi-Fi like me, it only takes 17 hours to download that 4 gigs.
I think that's really cool. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Not talking about your Wi-Fi, Hannah, but talking about the kind of development cycle and listening to the community is, if it's not, like, there are many different forums to be able to feedback on, whether that's an online forum, Discord, social media channels and stuff like that, is that every game that's in game preview is being worked on when it's in game preview, which means the developers are always listening. They want to know when the crashes are, what the bugs are, what things do the community want. And that's what, as you said, Greg, there is everybody wanted to sit down in the furniture. Like, you could make chairs, but you couldn't sit in them.
Couldn't sit.
And
couldn't sit in May. Now it's June. I'm going to be able to sit.
You're going to be able to sit. You can rest your feet now, Greg. Rest your feet after building your grass houses. Yeah,
there's something else. But for those who haven't jumped into that game or haven't given it a try, it is amazing. If you downloaded it at the very beginning this time last year, then it is amazing, even just for some organizational aspects and those who like to craft and play Fortnite in those sort of aspects. The crafting has really evolved as well. So it's got a little bit of something for everybody. And like I said, for 4 gigs, might as well download that and try that one. But as I'll be able to talk a bit more, that was my biggest experience with it. And then hello, Killer Rhino.
Just mate, I'll take it.
There I do the old Liam. How are you doing today? So but and I would say for that one, it's with achievements coming, etc. It's try get involved with it, but then also be active. If you're the sort of person who wanted to give feedback and was the sort of person that would go on Twitter and at your favorite people and celebrities and that sort of way, this is a great way that people do answer you back and for the greater of the community as well. So
100%.
that's me. I'm grounded.
I think the update that's happening at the end of this week is actually going to get me playing Grounded again, because I kind of stopped playing it because I kind of did what was there about 6 months ago, and then was like, right, there's no achievements, there's nothing for me to work towards. This is really going to bring me back in now to want to play it. So yeah, they listen to their communities, get involved. If you've played a game preview title and not the biggest fan of it because of X, Y, and Z reason, feed that back, because then they're going to be able to change the game and allow potentially more people to enjoy it. So always worth a shout to be able to play when it comes to
people like, you know what, I don't want to play this game unless there's mosquitoes. I'll tell you what, January added mosquitoes. Give the people what they want. Same way we're going to do a Gwent live stream. Give the people what they want.
I'll get the nice camera set up for that one.
There we go.
Like Tom's glorious camera up here. I need to get my one set up. Can I expense a pole for my desk, Greg?
Yes, you can.
Yes! You heard it! It's here! It's written in stone!
We have evidence. We have evidence.
Oh dear. I think you guys have pretty much covered a lot of the things that I love about the game preview program. Before the stream, I kind of listed down the games that I've really enjoyed playing, and you'll know some of these games because games come in and out of the game preview program because they go in development, and when they finish their development and fully release, they come out of the preview program, as you kind of expect. And some of the big games that we play daily now that are either on Game Pass or just available started in the game preview program. We've got games like Subnautica and Astroneer, two amazing idea Xbox games that started in preview program. I love my card games, so going back and looking at kind of Fable Fortune, I love the Fable universe. That started in game preview. Unfortunately, it never came out of it. It kind of fizzled down, but it was another game that I really, really enjoyed. Greg, you've already mentioned Second Extinction. Hannah, you've already mentioned Grounded. A big game that I played was Pit People, which is another kind of turn-based RPG type of game that's also co-op.
You love turn-based, don't you? You love turn-based.
I love turn-based. I don't like it when certain game series take turn-based away and make it free-flowing combat.
No,
not calling any names.
What you're talking about.
Don't know what I'm talking about. Adam, I know we were briefly speaking before the stream about Session, the skateboarding sim. And it's stuff that people go, everybody shouted out for a new skate, as in the game, and Session became a thing because so many people were after it. That's another thing. You can jump in, give it a go, see what you think, help develop it. We Happy Few got announced many moons ago with Xbox. That started in game preview. It's now out of game preview in full. Something recently came to Game Pass, which is Conan Exiles, started in game preview. Is now a fully fledged game. Gwent, we've spoken about. DayZ, a huge game that I'm playing at the moment.
DayZ, one of my favorite rappers.
There is so much out there and different types of games that you know what, I'm just going to give this a go. And the great thing about with Game Pass now is, as something that Hannah was saying earlier, is a lot of these games are launching into Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate if it's for PC as well. So we've got looks of Grounded and future titles as well. Just give it a go. But if the game, and this is probably the thing I like about the inside of the game preview program the most, is that if a game isn't in Game Pass, you can buy that game at a reduced price. And that's all you ever pay. So if you buy a game in game preview, you can say, for example, you buy it at £12, just to put a figure out there. But when the game fully releases, they up that price to £20. You don't have to pay that additional £8. What you paid is what you paid. The game just updates to be the fully released version, and it gives you a chance to, as Greg said earlier, be the first to play. That little bit of a shout out to go, you know what, I played this before it was cool, before it released. But you're also paying substantially less money for that game because it isn't a fully developed game. That's the thing I love about it. It's trying new things, not paying as much money, helping the development cycle, and just trying new things. As I said, it encompasses everything you guys already said as I knocked my microphone. But there are so many games out there to give a go, and that for me is what I love about it, is just giving stuff a go and not paying as much money because we all need to save the pennies.
Yeah,
Always
I
a
like
nice
the fact
thing.
you went for the easy maths of £12 then to 20. Go for 10 and 20. Go for 10 and 20.
I like to be slightly renegade. Get those renegade points up. I know we do have to finish slightly earlier today, but I do have a question. We've talked about shouting out to try and play it first, or having a game that trying new things and helping the development. What genre of game, what type of game would you love to see launching into game preview? If you could make up a game and you go, know what, I wish someone would make this type of game. What would it be for you guys?
This is
It's
people love to see the thoughts ticking in their head.
Yeah.
I wish they would make this type of game.
Yeah.
That's,
Or like
that's
if
the
you type of like if game preview is there to try new things and see what the community wants and stuff like that. Is there anything that you would love to see?
Tell you what, I got one. So I've not played ones for a couple years now because they had a bit of flack in terms of their release and with lots of bugs and stuff. Wrestling games. This is going to sound like a really random one. And the reason I say that is because there's only really one wrestling game around these days, which is WWE, and 2K20 was their last one.
Yeah.
2K20 got a lot of flack because it had a ton of bugs, broken in a lot of places, and it just did not do well at all. And there is, for anyone who's into their wrestling games and has been over the years, granted, WWE is the main one, but has grown a bit stale over the last several years. Like with the gameplay's not really advanced too much. It's gone a bit too simulaty. It's lost the arcade vibe of it. And so I'd like to see, like, if anyone was trying out, you know, how to do something new with a wrestling game, launching that in a game preview and making that a development point. Yeah. Of like, all right, what kind of thing do you want to see? Even if it was like a half and half thing, like this is just like a kind of testing area for like stuff they want to do, like that runs alongside the yearly releases. That would be quite cool. And granted, I know things are going to change soon. Last year they didn't release a 2K21 because they've put all their effort into 2K22. Another wrestling company is expected to release theirs in the next year or so, or maybe more. So it's going to change, but that would be something I'd find quite interesting to see, like to see how does the community react to like, all right, what do you want to see? What do you want more arcadey aspects? Do you want it to really be a simulator? Like, what are we looking for here?
Yeah. Lawrence definitely agrees with you, mate. Lawrence agrees with you.
I used to love the old SmackDown games as well. They started tethering because they were trying to get the balance between what sort of fighting games and the speed of wrestling, and they started getting too slow. But if they
it's really slow now.
Or people feedback going, actually make it less realistic than what we watch and speed this up, we would have been able to develop it.
They've made it a lot slower, and it's kind of a catch-22 because on one hand they've made them so that in terms of kind of how realistic they are to the product, they feel like you're actually watching it sometimes. You can really kind of craft them. For anyone who's into their wrestling, it's all around the storytelling and all that side of things. It's not a real sport. We know that. Ha ha. Where are you from? The 90s? Come on, grow up. But slight bitterness coming out there. But it's all about the storytelling and how you craft it. And they've gotten really good at that. The problem is that it makes it really difficult to jump in and just play if you want to. Like I've got mates who are big wrestling fans who haven't really played the games over the years, and then they try and jump in now and they can't because they've got to learn too much. And so that's what they've kind of lost. So yeah, that. As I say, back to the topic at hand, that would be something that would be quite cool to see as a development cycle.
That's a good shout. That's a really good up and down over the years. That's clever, man. That's a clever idea.
That's the great thing about this question is it doesn't have to be. They're blowing my own trumpet there. Tom, you have such a good question.
What a question!
It doesn't have to be something like brand new because nothing is brand new anymore. It's all kind of bits and pieces are stolen from other genres and stuff like that. It's just what do you want to see? And I think Adam, you hit the nail on the head there. Is we haven't seen an exceptionally good wrestling game in a long time.
Yeah,
so
it needs to change. There's hope. There's stuff on the horizon, which we won't go into today because there's no names or anything like that. So, but yeah, there you are.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Any other suggestions, gents?
I've got one, but Mr. Proctor, I think he's got one as well.
I do have one because I am also in the band with Tom in terms of turn-based games, reminding me of like old style JRPGs, and I would love to be part of a development of making some sort of new turn-based tactical style JRPG adventure. So the first game that always comes to mind of me when I think of a new way of doing, or it was at the time, a new way of doing a turn-based game was Grandia in the late 90s, and how they actually implemented a level of movement within it.
You were born.
Yeah, I've been gaming since I was little, man.
So have I. I've been gaming since 3 years ago when I came out of Tom's Tattoo. So,
Oh, I love a reference to earlier in the stream. Self-referential joke.
Oh.
sorry, carry on.
Yeah,
Completely thrown you off.
Oh. But yeah, I would love to be involved in the development of a new turn-based action game, taking maybe some sort of elements of like Gambits from like Final Fantasy 12, taking some elements of the original Grandia game, and just trying to make some sort of really nice turn-based JRPG again.
Nice, I like it. I'd be all for that, Greg. If that released, I would be all for that. As I said, we love an RPG, especially turn-based. So yeah, let's find a developer, Greg. Let's do it. Let's find this.
Yeah, just spun off there. I'm going to jump in quickly with my one, right? So,
Yes.
firstly, loving in the chat, I think from Killer Rhino about like Viking games and RPGs on that side. I'd like to be involved with that sort of aspect. I think doing anything with a mythology would be really cool to see. So, ancient Egyptian, Viking. I think you could really get a good community going to make it really authentic. For me, if I take it back to my SSX Tricky days, one of my favorite games of all time, right?
Yeah.
They've been up and down, much like what Adam said about wrestling. They didn't really get the balance after SSX Tricky and other extreme sports game of what people wanted. Did they want super realistic or did they want silly? And they just seem to miss the mark each time, right? We've seen the resurgence of Tony Hawk skateboarding again last year and into this year. I think you could get some really good people in game preview to feedback. You know what, actually? Put someone with a massive afro, put fireworks everywhere. That's actually what we want. Or we want it in a more flight simulator aspect. We want all of the snowboarding across the world accurately depicted and particular areas to do that. And I would love to be involved in that one. To be able to do that. And it's just also I don't have to go outside my house then for snowboarding.
Yeah, very true.
I can't snowboard. I mean, I'm a skier. But yeah, so I would say.
Oh, there's so many things I want to say to you right now, but they're not suitable for stream.
Oh no, and that's why we have the debrief stream.
But yeah, I think for regarding snow sports, you said they got really serious, and I think Killer Rider said in chat is Steep exists, and we've now got Riders that's coming out soon as well. They are that, in my opinion, as well. It's a little bit too serious. It's just like, you know what? I want to do 5 million backflips in one move and accruing loads of points and fireworks going off. Just want some fun with it. Like I snowboard because it's the better sport. To have fun and enjoy it. It's not always serious. So yeah, I think I'm well with you there, Greg.
Good.
Skiing is life. So I've not been in like 15 years, but skiing is life.
The last time I went skiing was nigh on 10 years. So
actually, yeah, it would have been 10 years ago for me. So yeah, we need to go again. Can we expense it?
Next team meeting. Next team
meeting. Ski trip.
Skiing while gwenting. That is it.
In dungarees.
In dungarees.
I mean, this content writes itself, guys.
Content.
Brilliant.
Sweet. That's me. That is me. What great chats we've had. Honestly,
It's been good. It's been good. It's been enjoyable.
It's been good.
I think the game preview is only going to continue on. I think these conversations are going to continue going as well, because developers, we've always just, well, I haven't, but it's an amalgamation of everything, to be fair, of we've put ideas forward to go, this is what we'd love to see. And you never know, there may be developers watching now. Of the people watching, one of you may be a developer. And to go, actually, that's a really good idea. I'm going to trial that out and do that. It's always going to progress. And Microsoft are giving developers an opportunity to allow them to build the games they want. Obviously, the money from sales as well goes back to the developers and helps them budget their game to be able to build it and build the game that we want by giving feedback. So yeah, yeah, game preview, a great program. I definitely think it's worthwhile kind of jumping into it, and especially because it's a Microsoft initiative, we're getting so much of that into Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate now as well. So no excuse not to give them a go and just see what you think. You're not a fan? Give some feedback. Say why. Not all feedback needs to be good. It can be bad feedback, but that's still a good thing because it's a way to develop stuff. That's my political stance.
Story of my professional life, that is. Story of my professional life.
Amazing. Right, guys. I think that's almost time for us to finish. I know we've got a couple of meetings at 3:00, which we do have to jump off for. But I want to say a big thank you to Adam and to Mr. Proctor for joining us down on the bottom row to talk all about this. Really insightful, and we learned some more things about your superpowers that we will put to the test on our team meeting on Wednesday and Thursday.
Basic Superman.
Basic Superman. So yeah, a big thank you to you guys for jumping on. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Can I plug? Can I plug quickly?
Oh yeah,
Go for it. Go for
Yeah,
it.
if you so we won't be on Twitch, but if you go to the Facebook and if you're on Facebook and YouTube right now, or if you're not, then go to those in 2 hours' time at 5:00. Myself and Tom will be doing a deep dive into Windows 11. So please join us in 2 hours. We were going to do it. We were going to do it tomorrow at the usual time of 5 p.m. On a Tuesday. We moved it to today at 5 p.m. No idea why. What possible reason there could be? What's going on at 5 p.m. tomorrow? I don't know.
But,
someone said we had to move it. So I don't know. Something to do with balls.
Oh dear. So yeah, me and Adam will be on tonight on Easy Live, talking all about Windows 11. Make sure you tune in.
Facebook and YouTube.
Big.
Hannah, thank you very much for being the illustrious co-host as you always are. Thank you very much, and leading the conversation.
Oh, thank you for having me. You know what? I may look slightly different the next time that we do this, but inside will always be the same. That's what I'm leaving people on. That's what you're
leaving people. Amazing. And guys, thank you very much for joining us live. It's always great to have you in chat, asking us questions and being involved in our questions as well. So yeah, until tonight, 2 hours time, 5 p.m. Facebook and YouTube, Easy Live, myself and Adam, we will see you then. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.